Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Daisy Chain. I'm Sally and today I've got the first update for my project 10 uses. Now, as I said in the introduction, I found this project by watching Paula's channel on A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, and she was phenomenally successful at it. I think she used over 70 different products last year, and also Chic Geek, who was also extremely successful at it. And although they didn't create the project, they've both been really good at it, and I'll have their channels linked below. And I believe the lady who might have created it or whom they got inspiration from listed down below. And so for me, I've only been doing it a month and I managed to use 6 of the 10 products that I had. I've used them the 10 times because the premise behind it is that you pick 5 to 10 products from your whole collection and you use them 10 times each, and then you roll them out and you roll something else in. So in true fashion, we're going to roll out those 6 items and roll 6 new ones in. So if we go over the ones that I managed to get my uses on first. So the first one was one of the palettes that I rolled in, and it is the Going Coconuts, which I'm sure everybody knows from Colourpop. Now, it's a cool tone neutral palette, and I think that was the problem for me, is that being as it's winter time, I needed colour, and this obviously doesn't have it. There's nothing wrong with the formula. The formula was nice, it went on nicely, it had good colour payoff, but I think because it didn't have any colour, I didn't vibe with it and I didn't love it. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it. So yes, it was good, but I didn't love it. So I'm glad that I've got my 10 uses and it can go back. On the other hand, the other palette that I had in, I absolutely fell in love with. It's the BH Cosmetics Romantic Nomad. Now, the pans are tiny, they are really small, but it's lovely. The colour story is lovely, the quality is really, really nice, the payoff is lovely, they just felt really nice. They don't make my eyes look crepey because I'm quite old, so they go on nicely, they're nice and creamy, they just look lovely, and the colours were lovely. I didn't use the pastel tones at the bottom, I stuck more to the jewel tones really, and it was exactly what I wanted in sort of early February, late January. I really wanted the colour, so this gave it to me and I was really chuffed, really enjoyed it. So really glad I got my colour out, you know, my uses out of that. So the next 2 products were 2 liquid lipsticks that came from Shop Miss A. Now, these weren't very expensive. I think they cost me about £1.50 each, and they were in the colours Candy and Cosmos, which is the darker of the 2, and I've actually got a little tiny bit of windowing in there and a bit round the front too. Where is it? There, which I will try and show in some pictures I'll put at the end of the video, and I'll put some swatch pictures in as well. But I really enjoyed these. They were lovely. They were lovely to use. I used them as lip toppers rather than on their own, and they were really pleasant. They were nice, they wore nicely, they didn't disappear, they just were lovely. And for £1.50 each, I think they were value for money really. I enjoyed them. Then I had 2 lipsticks which I also managed to reach my 10 uses on. And the first one was a Bourgeois lipstick, but the packaging is really hard to open and close because I got arthritis in my thumb from a motorbike accident many, many years ago. But when I can actually open it, it is a nice product, but it's much darker than the end would suggest. That suggests it's quite a nice sort of neutral nudie mauve colour, but it's much, much darker than that. I didn't mind it, but I think if you were expecting that sort of nudie mauve colour, you'd be quite shocked at how dark it was, and it comes off even darker than that when you put a swatch on, which I'll show at the end because I'm so rubbish at doing swatches. But I liked it. It was nice. It was a deep colour, but it didn't sort of fade unnaturally. It was nice. It was nice to use. And then the other one goes from one end to the other extreme. The packaging is so cheap. This was from Shop Miss A as well, and I think this cost me 73p. because I think it was $1 and that exchange rate was about 73p. And it's a purpley colour. The lipstick itself is fine, the packaging is a bit rubbish, but the lipstick is lovely. It's that creamy colour, it's creamy purple, it's lovely. I really enjoyed it. Glad I got my 10 uses. It went on well, it faded nicely, didn't fade quickly, it lasted a long time, even through drinking a cup of tea. It was good, really enjoyed it. And then I've got, because that was the 6 products that I got my usage out of, so then I have 4 that I didn't. So what I'm going to do is carry the 4 forward and carry on with the usage. This is the single number 7 eyeshadow, where I used it I think 4 times for this one, and the colour is Wheat Sheaf, which is a pleasant enough colour, but I think the reason I didn't use it very much is I've got a cream in a, I'm unofficially doing a Pan That palette, and I think what I need to do is actually do it officially, because I didn't think I could actually do it having never panned a palette before. So I've been doing it on my own, but I've been quite consistent using it, so I think perhaps I need to be brave and do it on video. But I will endeavour to do the other 6 uses on this and make sure I get my 10 uses next month. And then I have 2 eyeliners. One is a teal blue colour, which I use on the waterline, and this is lovely, and I used this 7 times and I didn't quite make the 10 uses. So definitely I will manage that on the next one. It's lovely, it's a really nice colour, doesn't fade, yeah, it's really good. But this next one is a very old Avon glimmer stick in grey called Satin Gray, and I think what I did was, because it's so old, I think the end of it had dried up, because when I first tried to use it for the first few times, I used it 6 times. It was so dry, I would go over it and then I'd have to go over it again and again and again and again to get any colour payoff. But lately it's been a bit better, so I think maybe the top of it had dried out. But as I've worn that off, it's getting a bit more creamy, but I think that's telling me that actually I should put it in a project later this year and use it up. I think there's about an inch, just over an inch of product left. Yeah, about an inch and a bit, so not too much to use, but I think I really need to get that used up this year, because it is getting old, really, really old. And I think that was telling me, because I thought I might have to declutter it, but lately it's a bit better to use. But I think I'll put it in a box ready to put in another project. And then the last one that I didn't get to use was this sleek highlight palette, if I show it the right way around. Because what I wanted to do was to use each shade 4 times, because that's what I would do if it was in individual pans. And I've used this cream shade twice. I've used this one twice, and I've used this one twice. This one is far too dark for me to use as a highlight. I think I'll have to use it as an eyeshadow, and I've not actually tried it yet. So I've got 8 times on these and 10 times on that one to use. So I think I need to buckle down this next month and really try and use these up and get either finish some of them, even if I don't get them all done, and really try and crack on with that, because I don't want it to hang around for months and months. So that's those. And then I've got the new products to come in. I've got 2 new palettes. So the first of the palettes is one by Huda Beauty, which is the Nude Light, which I've never used. I don't think I've even swatched it, so it's brand new. So nice springtime colour. I mean, although it's got nudes like the Colourpop one, they're a bit warmer, more sort of mauve tone nudes with a bit of pink and a bit of purple, so a little bit more colour than that one had. And then for my other palette, I thought I'd bring in the Colourpop Garden Variety palette, which has some nice greens and purples and also some browns. So I thought that would be nice for spring, sort of February, March time. And then I've got pieces of paper falling down. And then I've got I don't know why I find packaging so hard to open. I've got a blush that came from Revolution. It was brand new, that I opened just before I filmed this because it had sticky things on it, and I thought rather than wait till I'm filming to open it, I'd do it now. And it's called Violet Love, and it's got the ridges on it like a Physicians Formula butter bronzer, but it's actually a Revolution product. But it's a really pretty purpley violet, purpley lilac colour. So I thought that would be nice for as a spring sort of blush tone. And then because of the spring lighter pastel colours, I thought I might not want a black eyeliner, so I've put in a brown. So this again is a very old one. It's not huge. I mean, it's got a sponge on the bottom, but it's, you take it from the bottom of the sponge, it's as big as my palm. So it's not a huge eyeliner. I've obviously used some of it in the past. So it's just a brown, basic brown eyeliner. So to try and use that up, and then I thought I would bring in 2 new lipsticks, as I've used the other 2, and I've not got any lip glosses or toppers in. So I've got another one from LA Colours, but this one is in Dusty Rose, so more of a raspberry colour. So same sort of cheap packaging as the other one was, but a nice pinkier colour. And then this one is in a tart one with the colour is called Vine, but brand new, never used. And it's like a dusty, deep nude colour. So it'll be interesting to see what I think of that one. I've never tried a tart lipstick, so it would be nice to try their formula and see what it's like. So there are my 10 products, 4 to carry over and 6 new ones, and see how we get on with those. So I hope you'll catch up with me in my update number 2 next month in March, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.